Green Chillies, written by Mercedes Kemp. On arriving to the parish of St. Just after a long sea voyage, Maria de los Dolores Gracian y Arauca asked her husband, Jack Tregear, to take her to the family's burial place. Once there, she cried 12 pools of tears into the ground, one for each year that she expected to live, according to the seer she had visited back in Arica, her birthplace. The visit to the seer, Angustias de Adviento, had taken place only hours before her marriage to Jack. Angustias had painted Maria de los Dolores' face and hung her neck with Santeria necklaces and images of St. Rosa of Lima. She had spoken of a land hard with metal but soft with mould. She had given Maria de los Dolores a recipe for a compound which would forestall the green tinge which would otherwise become the colour of her melancholy. And she had spoken, almost as an afterthought, of the precautions Maria must take to avoid being buried in a ground that could not remember her.
It is all in the salt. The salt is the memory of minerals, child. You cry your tears, and the land will hold the memory of you. A final warning. Your husband will dislike green chilies, and you won't know what to do with the vegetables you will find. There are no mangoes and no yams in that land. There'll be tears aplenty. Have patience, little daughter. 12 years is not long.
And so, Maria de los Dolores started her married life in St. Just in the full knowledge of what its length would be, but not entirely convinced of the effectiveness of her precautionary tears. After all, the skin powder had failed to work. In the winter months, her face became almost completely the colour of mildew. Over the years, her complexion became so startling that people started calling her Glowworm Dolores, and rumour had it that she was single-handedly responsible for a number of wrecks at Portheris Cove, always on moonless nights. The spectacular failure of the skin powder had led Maria de los Dolores to become concerned about the possibility that Angustias might have also been wrong about the time and place of her death. If she were to return to Peru and die there, the ground would remember her only as a maiden, and none of the mineral beauty of the Cornish shores would accompany her eternal rest. As an insurance against this, she took to carrying a small tear vase everywhere she went, and she would cry into it at every available opportunity. Exactly 12 years after her arrival, Maria de los Dolores Gracian y Arauca de Tregear died of a birth fever. 3 miners were asked to dig her grave. As they dug, they became increasingly perplexed by the crystallised strata which they uncovered. They informed the geologist at the Crown Mines, a well-travelled man who came to investigate the burial place. He stated that he had only seen these minerals before in South America, more specifically in the southernmost regions of Peru, near the town of Arica.
La sal es la memoria de los minerales, niña.